Hey everyone, and welcome to my beginner's guide to Camelot. In this, I'm going to cover the different functions of your facilities within Camelot, some crucial early game upgrades you can get, and how best to maximize some of your first decisions to help you get your ball rolling and ensure you have as much of an upper hand going into the rest of the game. Camelot is your hub, where you will be building and upgrading numerous facilities to provide extra resources, bonuses, and healing to your heroes throughout the campaign. There's going to be a lot of different upgrades you can get through these facilities, and some of them are definitely going to be more impactful than others. Beginning with your round table, this facility is going to be where you're going to be handling hero management and campaign bonuses in the forms of court titles, decrees, and laws. When you start the game, you will only have a pool of 6 heroes you can pick from to bring on missions. Any heroes you recruit over your pool limit will be placed into this aspirant heroes roster until you make room by either expanding the round table through upgrades, dismissing a hero from your round table, or having one of them leave due to low loyalty. Now don't worry, the aspirant hero section does expand to fit more than 4 characters if you're just letting it build up and build up because you're putting off upgrading your round table through these upgrades. Court titles will be unlocked as you progress through the game to offer loyalty bonuses to the heroes you assign to them. Some titles give extra loyalty if the hero matches a secondary requirement, so be sure to try and maximize these. As you can see, this Guardian of the Lady will provide an extra +2 if the hero matching it is Old Faith. And Defender of the Bridge will provide a bonus to one of the brothers, either Sir Balin or Sir Balin. You know who I'm talking about. For campaign bonuses, these can come in the forms of either decrees or laws. Decrees are bonuses you can activate with a cooldown to give an immediate bonus, such as gold or building resources. These will be the 2 decrees you start with, but as you can see, I have a third one. You can gain new decrees and laws through your alignment chart. Laws are permanent and persisting bonuses that you can swap between whenever you want. Between the 2 starting laws, I would suggest this extra 10% XP from missions, as that can really add up, and you're not going to have much in the way of loyalty issues, especially this early on. The Cathedral is really simple. If you have a hero that suffers vitality damage, and they take an injury as a result of this, they will need to be stationed here to heal them. This can either be for free, but can take more time depending on how injured they are, or you can pay gold and have them heal after completing 1 mission. I have seen the free heal take up to 4 missions, maybe even 5, if the hero gets really messed up. And in that situation, I would definitely go for the quick heal. Other than that, generally I save my money and just go with the free heal, unless for some reason I really need to bang them out quickly because I have a bunch of other heroes that are also injured. The Hospice operates in the same way as the Cathedral, but heals vitality damage. Obviously, the more injured they are, the longer it will take. Injuries can provide some debuffs that can be a bit ignored, however, vitality is a bit more risky, as when that hits 0, they just die. This one, I am generally much more inclined to just take the quick heal, especially in the early game, because I never know when another hero may be injured and need to go on the sideline for an upcoming mission, and I'm much more willing to bring a hero in that has full vitality but an injury, rather than a hero that has low vitality but no injuries. The Merchant is a shop that will have a rotating inventory of equipment that you can purchase with gold, as well as you have the ability to sell unwanted equipment for gold. Now, if you accidentally sell something that you didn't mean to, you can very easily just buy it back for the same amount of gold that you bought it for. You'll see it has this little arrow symbol on it. And items you do sell will actually last. If you go and do a mission, you come back and decide, oh, maybe I did want this, it will remain in the store until this restock. And the timer will show you how much time you have until the store restocks. And after that, whatever items you sold to them, they are gone for good. The Trading Ground operates as a sort of catch-up mechanic for the heroes you are not actively or maybe consistently using. You can station heroes here that you're not currently using, but may plan to use as well, or maybe they're your backup for when one of your primary heroes gets injured, and they will still be earning XP while they're in here. It'll show you how long it'll take for them to level should you choose to just keep them in the training ground perpetually. Additionally, the training ground does offer another service for gold where you can instantly level them up after one mission's time. However, you can only use this feature on a hero that is 2 levels or lower than your highest level hero. So as you can see here, my highest level is Sir Mordred and Sir Balin at level 7. Despite having the gold cost, I cannot use this on Sir Kay because he's level 6. But if we go to Sir Yvain, who's level 5, we can. Do be careful though. When you select this option, they are locked in and it cannot be undone. So make sure you have enough heroes to bring on your mission before you start signing people up for the Knights tournament. Lastly is the Enchanted Tower, also known as the Relic Shop. This is going to be similar to the Merchant, but the tower will only sell you the most powerful type of gear in the game, known as relics. You can buy these relics for a secondary currency called Relic Dust. Relic Dust is earned by destroying any unwanted relics that you have and sacrificing them, or by finding hidden treasure chests within a level. Now for all of these facilities, you'll notice that whether it be the Cathedral, Training Ground, or Hospice, there is a time frame that it will take to complete the actions, such as healing, training, whatever. The only way to advance time and complete these tasks is by going on missions, unless you have a special decree that is unlocked through one of the alignment combinations that will just pass time for a gold cost. So, make sure you take into account and consider who you have to bring on your missions and whether they are strong enough or healthy enough before you just start locking in all of your heroes left and right into some of these actions. After constructing the Hospice, the other 4 facilities are open to you to construct in any order you wish. It is my personal recommendation that you go with the Cathedral first. Being able to cleanse those injuries can make a big difference to making sure your heroes aren't underperforming in battles and therefore getting them killed. Second, I recommend the Training Ground. By this point, you may be starting to accumulate more than those 4 heroes that you can bring on a mission, and you can start getting them training and keeping them up to pace with your main party. The reason I don't suggest the Training Ground first, before the Cathedral, is because keeping injuries off of your heroes is a bit more important than having a hero that may just be 1 level lower than your main party. 1 level lower is not a big difference. They can still contribute and fight in combat fine. Third, I recommend building the Enchanted Tower. Now this may seem like a weird choice early on because you're going to have 0 relic dust to buy anything from this shop, but you will have or will soon have Sir Ector, and having Sir Ector and the Enchanted Tower is an extremely useful combination that we're going to get to here in a second. Lastly is the Merchant. You're not going to be having a lot of gold super early on, or a lot of things to spend it on, especially when it comes to the facilities, because you're going to be limited by building resources. So having the ability to sell gear should be a low priority for you. And buying gear, also a bit of a low priority. This early on in the game, the gear that you just accumulate through quest rewards, or completing missions I should say, or just finding loot in the middle of a mission, should be more than enough to carry you through. Now if you're putting off building the Merchant and you're having all this gold pile up because you don't have any gear to buy, or you don't have enough building resources to upgrade your facilities, what is there to spend it on? Well, each of these facilities has a number of upgrades that are immediately available that only cost gold, and some of these can be quite impactful to your campaign. And there are 3 in particular that I think are worth grabbing as soon as you have the gold to spare. The first of these is the medicines upgrade within the hospice. This will increase vitality healing by 50%. This is amazing as it will help decrease the downtime your heroes have from being injured, so you can more quickly get them back into action and prevent you from entering a sort of death spiral, as I mentioned earlier, where you just have a bunch of heroes that are really messed up, have a bunch of injuries, and you're afraid they're just going to fall over from getting looked at wrong on the next mission. This you can purchase for 1,000 gold. Second is basic physical training. You get this at the training ground and will provide 5% bonus HP to every single hero you get in the game, whether you have them now or you recruit them later. This extra HP bonus is huge, as every little bit can help, especially in the early game, to help negate that dreaded vitality damage, which then causes you to be sitting them out on the bench. This upgrade also costs 1,000 gold. Now for the merchant. I may think this is probably the least important building out of all of them, but it does still have a very good upgrade for when you do build it. Craftsman. Craftsman increases the quality of the items the shop will offer you, including relics. They won't spawn every time, but there's a pretty good chance you'll find that the merchant after this upgrade eventually will be carrying at least one relic in one of these categories, whether it be a weapon, armor, or a trinket. This upgrade is really good because if you're going to be shopping, the shop might as well have stuff that's worth your gold. Now, there are some additional upgrades that can be purchased immediately for just gold. I don't really think they're nearly as impactful as these three, so I didn't really mention them. And then, of course, there's the upgrades to the facilities that cost building materials that will increase their capacities. I didn't really lump these in with here, as I'm trying to focus more on the early game. But that being said, if you're looking for which buildings to upgrade the capacities on first, I do suggest the Hospice should be your priority, followed by the Cathedral, and then the Training Ground. The Enchanted Tower and the Merchant don't really offer a whole lot, especially in your early game, in terms of upgrading their capacities. Now, one last thing about Camelot is that you can station certain characters to oversee these facilities and provide an additional bonus. As you can see here for the training grounds, it's called the Master of Arms. All of these positions have a flat bonus that they will provide if you put just anyone in here. Many of the characters that you will recruit through Act 1 actually have some of the most powerful bonus abilities to being placed in charge of these facilities, so you definitely want to be putting them in as soon as possible. Sir Kay provides faster healing the Hospice, 2% per level, so keeping him leveled will increase the effect of this. And we've talked about how getting your heroes healed up as quickly as possible is very crucial. You do not want to put yourself in corners where all of a sudden all of your heroes are injured and you need to do a story mission, as it's the only one left available to you. Sir Yvain will provide bonus gold for every mission you complete. Now, his bonus scales for every 5 levels, so the amount isn't going to be huge, but over the course of your entire campaign, his gold bonus will add up and you will feel a difference. Sir Mordred, when placed in charge of the training grounds, provides a little sliver of bonus XP to every single one of your heroes currently on the round table that you did not bring on a mission. This isn't a huge amount, but similar to Sir Yvain's, over the course of an entire campaign, this can easily help get your heroes just that little extra bump to getting those levels. Last, and certainly most importantly, is Sir Ector and the Enchanted Tower. When Sir Ector is placed in charge of the Enchanted Tower, he will provide you relic dust equal to 10 times his hero level. So that means at max level 25, he's providing 250 relic dust for each mission, or as I currently have him within Act 1, he's level 7, 70 relic dust at the end of each mission. This is huge, easily the most important facility bonus out of all of them. He's the only hero that will provide you relic bonus for being in charge of this tower, and it is through Sir Ector that you will be earning 90% or more of your relic dust during the course of your entire campaign. And by extension, this means he's going to be responsible for a large amount of the relics that you will be purchasing over the course of your campaign. place him in this tower. As soon as you have him, lock the door and make sure he never leaves. With that, we've covered all there is to know about Camelot, how it works, and how to get your kingdom off the ground in the best way possible. I hope this video was informative and useful to helping you shape your kingdom building decisions in the early game. Next week, I have another beginner's guide coming out to explain the alignment and loyalty systems, as they are pretty closely intertwined. If you want to see more King Arthur Knight's Tale content involving the endgame, I do have a series of build guides on the channel that I'm continuing to expand. Thanks for watching.